Before we get into this whole rant I'm about to go on, I want to make it very clear and very specific. I am no multi-million-dollar video game company. I will probably never in my life develop a console where you can play games. Take this video from a person that just didn't have anything better to do with his life than to make this video. In other words, not that serious. Is that okay? Like, was that good? Yeah, that was great. Alright, so with that out of the way, Nintendo. What is this, bro? Have we not learned from the past? Do you not realize the pattern here? You have a revolutionary console that has unique controllers that are capable to do many things than just holding them. That's great. That's amazing. You did something good. But that doesn't mean that you can just put a number 2 and call it a day. What is this logo? What is this quote-unquote upgrade of the kickstand? And like, what are these sound effects? Ugh. Why are we getting another portable console? I get that the Switch is, pretty cool where you can play on the go or on your house, but in the end it's just a buffed up version of a 3DS, and even that because the games don't even look that good. And you wanna know why? Because all of the hardware is inside this thin Nintendo Switch. Which, yeah, it's cool to think I can play amazing games with such comfortable design, but you want to know what's even cooler than that? Visuals and performance. I mean, Xbox and PlayStation stick with home consoles for the reason of having better graphics and overall better performance on their games. Hey Nintendo, remember when you used to do this? To have a box that sure takes quite the space in your living room, but it was capable of playing games with decent quality? Look, I get it. The Switch graphics aren't really that bad, okay? They are tolerable. But excluding the PC area of games, seeing the other consoles get amazing graphics and overall great performances when playing any game that you want just makes me wonder if the Switch 2 is going to run into the same problems that the Switch has quality-wise. Will we get better resolution, or is it still going to lack the full feeling of playing any game that you want on the go? But hey, at least we know that games that Nintendo makes are acceptable visually. I mean, I hope so, because it's your console. Why don't we talk about something else? Like, oh, I know. The design. Do you see any difference? Wait, they're supposed to be different? It's just big. Like literally, that's it. It's just bigger. The controls are still the same, but bigger. And connect to the Nintendo Switch in a different... Oh, wait, that's actually kind of cool. Huh. But still, it's the same, like nothing new, nothing different. Just controllers being plugged in a different way, but beyond that, it's just the OLED model with other configurations. I mean, to be fair, they are explicitly calling it the Nintendo Switch 2, so I don't get why you're so mad about this. Look at the Xbox selling one after another with practically the same controller, just with some differences here and there. Well, yes, I get what you're saying. Why would I be complaining of something so obvious? The thing here is, if Nintendo wants to fall into this pattern of releasing the same console but like adding a 2 or a 3 or a 360 or a letter at the end, in my opinion, they should be focusing more on making a home console where you can upgrade more and more and have a reason of expanding your console size, instead of having a limited amount of space that is the Nintendo Switch, since if you make this model chunky, it wouldn't be so easy to carry around anymore. But what if this is going to be Nintendo's thing now? It's more than obvious that the Nintendo Switch was a massive success, with some flaws here and there that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to fix, hopefully. But ultimately, the Nintendo Switch has given them another chance in the market. That's exactly what I'm fearing though, because they've already had a super successful console that was revolutionary at the time, the Nintendo Wii, a simple yet entertaining console that had hours and hours of fun. It gave them the spotlight for their next console, the Wii U, which, if you ask me, I don't even know why it was a failure. It literally had everything to be another success like the Wii. It had charm, it had retro compatibility, it had Mario Maker, it had Mario Kart 8, it had Nintendo Land, for crying out loud. Jesus bro, calm down, it's not that deep, it's just video games we're talking about. I know, I'm sorry, it's just, you know what, we're too far deep into this conversation, lose the goddamn script. I don't want the Nintendo Switch 2 to fail. I didn't even want it in the first place. And I know that the world doesn't revolve around me, but for me, the Nintendo Switch 2 is just such a weird concept. because the Nintendo Switch was perfect as it is. An impeccable portable console where you could play incredible games and in an instant you could connect it to your television to now play in your house or in a reunion. Sure, many of the third-party games that looked amazing on other consoles didn't look as good in the Nintendo Switch, but still, to think that you could play Fortnite, Red Dead Redemption, Rocket League, Fall Guys, Smash Ultimate, Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, and all of these other games in this singular device was something so magical. And to think that they're releasing another one that, by the looks of it, probably isn't going to fix the graphics situation, it just feels pointless, in my opinion. But we don't even know that. We don't even know if they're going to fix the graphics or not. We can just hope for the best and pray that this doesn't fall into the Wii U situation, even though there are a bunch of similarities. I know, I get that, but I just can't help to seek the feeling of having Mario games longer than 10 to 15 hours. Cause I feel like Mario Odyssey, while it's still an amazing release, I can help to feel like it could have been longer and bigger if it weren't for the Nintendo Switch hardware. Also, visually, I feel like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild could have also looked extremely well if it weren't for the design of the console. These and a lot more games that feel like could have gotten more story or better graphics can't fulfill their 100% because of the console. I mean, yeah, I kinda get that, but as well, aren't all Mario games like 10 to 15 hours of playtime? Maybe that was the plan all along and we are never getting that big expanded universe that you want. That's the thing though, like, why fall into that specific time? Why is the adventure over after a week or two? Haven't we 100% that game? Oh yes, no, we've been in that game to perfection many times, but that's not my complaint here. My complaint is, why get stuck in just 15 levels where one is practically pointless and 3 are played in the same scenario, when back then we used to have crazy amount of levels and worlds at the time and it felt like an endless universe to explore. Maybe we're blinded by nostalgia, cause even in our favorite game there were only 6 rooms in the Comet Observatory. Yes, but that was almost 20 years ago. That game is super old and we didn't have the technology we have now. It's impossible to think that a game that released almost 20 years ago has the same playtime as one that released with this console. Well, haven't you considered it could also be us? We are getting older and maybe we won't enjoy games as we once did. Maybe that's the reason you don't really like the new design of the Nintendo Switch 2. Maybe that's the reason you find it so boring that there aren't that many features. It's because maybe you don't find it that exciting as you once did when you were little. In other words, grow up, bro, like maybe it won't hit the same anymore. And no, don't try to pull that card on me, because even when we had the Nintendo Wii U, I remember it had something about it. The menus were clean, but also a tribute to how the Wii channel looked like. It had calm and relaxing music in the background. It had little sound effects that made you stay and look around at the other comments in the Miiverse. The Miiverse, that was also something. It made you feel not alone by looking at the comments that other people around the world left on the game you were recently playing. To think that all of that charm that was long and forgotten and replaced with minimalistic designs of the Nintendo Switch just bums me out. And it's something I don't want to see in the Nintendo Switch 2. Wait, so we're getting the console? Oh yeah, of course, I mean, I can complain all day long about Nintendo, but I'm still going to be their bitch. Yeah, fair enough. But back to what I was saying. I want the Nintendo Switch 2 to maybe bring back some of that life it had on the Wii U. Bring back Mii's as more than just a little profile picture. Bring back the background music that was so soothing to our ears. Bring back Miiverse, or a way to share thoughts of our favorite games inside the console. Bring back that charm into the Nintendo Switch 2. You may got a point. I may got a point. I always have the point, little bro. Alright, don't get so full of yourself. We still have like 2 months till April to see what is waiting for us. Yeah, I guess you're right. Wait, is that fucking Mario Kart 9? Yeah, didn't you finish the trailer?
No, I didn't finish the trailer. Oh my god, it's Mario Kart 9! It's actually happening, Mario Kart 9! It's happening, people, it's happening! This is the best console of all time!